Okay, today we are going to cover 4 reasons why you should buy a massage gun.
And we're going to cover 4 reasons why maybe you should not buy one. So stick with us and we're
Stay
going to
tuned.
clear it up.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
All right, the first reason you're going to want to buy a massage gun is because if you have any muscles whatsoever, at some point they're going to get tight or sore.
Right.
And this is the device for that. And studies have shown it works well for that. And I have used it exclusively on my calf muscles, Brad,
Sure.
because they
Yep.
get sore all the time when I'm running.
Absolutely.
And what muscle do you use?
Well, Bob, chronically my hamstrings. It just feels really good to use them. They do cramp. They don't cramp, but I've had history with hamstring problems over the last couple years. This is great. It's a lot of depth into the muscle, and also my pectoralis
Yeah,
major.
which massager do we have here, Brad?
Oh, this is the EM19.
And this is going to be available in Walmart.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to actually go and buy one off the shelf, like in the olden days, only about 500 stores Walmart's have them.
Right.
So
We're going to have a list at the end of the video
Oh.
that you can link to
Oh,
and
cool.
go see if your town has one of the
Right.
stores.
Is it going to be at bobandbrad.com, our
Right,
our
right.
website as well?
Right.
Okay, very good. Let's go to the next one.
All right. Number 2 is if you have tendonitis at all. So we all have tendons.
Yep.
Muscles narrow up and become tendons. And a lot of times they become sore or inflamed. And Brad's going to show using on, that'd be tennis elbow. wouldn't
Yep,
it?
tennis elbow, lateral epicondylitis. The thing is nice about this, it's got a high amplitude. In other words, the translation is 10 millimeters. You're not going to go in and bounce into that
Right.
here.
You don't go directly into it like this.
There's not enough muscle mass there, but if you go sideways, then
works
you
well
can.
on tendons then.
It works just like a cross friction massage, and we're going to go over a little bit of that too. You don't have to have a massage gun; you can do some of this by hand, but we'll get into some reasons explaining that too.
You can also hit the tendon right here on the patella.
Yeah, actually, that works really nice. You know, you can work with your fingers, but your
That's a
fingers
big tendon.
get sore.
Right.
And this going, again, not straight in, you're going to beat up your kneecap and your tibia. But if you go this way over that infrapatellar tendon, boy, you really get a nice
Which
massage.
leads us to reason number 3 why you might want to buy a massage gun.
Yep.
Because it never gets tired. It never says no, unlike a lot of.
So I'll demonstrate that same tendon.
Right.
You can certainly do it with your hands, and it works quite well. But you need to go across and deep, push
And
it
you
in.
do it to the point where it no longer feels any soreness.
Right.
If it continues to hurt when you're doing this, you actually want to massage it at this time.
Exactly. I do want to say it usually takes 2 to 3 minutes. Typically, when I do it by hand, I know I'm done because my fingers are sore and tired, and I probably
Right.
could go more, but you know I don't want to end up with sore fingers.
The other thing is the gun is really easy to use. It's not got a foam roller. You don't have to get on the floor. You can sit up and do it. You
Yep.
can do it in bed. You can use it anytime.
Yep.
Now, the 4th reason is when we were using the massage gun in the clinic, Brad, patients I thought wouldn't like it. I thought they prefer the assistants to do a handheld massage.
You mean a manual.
A manual massage. And the fact is, I'd say at least 50% of our patients said, I prefer the gun
Sure.
over the hands of your therapist. So,
And then the therapist would be, oh, thank God, now it's not going to wear my fingers out.
right. So, Mother's Day is coming up, so you may want to check it out.
Well, we got 4
I know
reasons
we got 4
not
reasons
to.
not to buy. I'm just
Yeah.
saying if you're going to buy one, and the whole family will use it.
Right. As a matter of fact, you put it in the couch watching TV, you lay it there, and there might even be a little fight over who gets to use it.
Right. Okay. Now
So-
we'll go over the 4 reasons not to
Yeah,
buy
and
one.
this is important. There's more reasons, I think, where not to use one. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. These are reasons why you would not want to buy a massage gun. first off, you're not going to massage over certain surfaces,
Right.
like bones, nerves, blood arteries.
Yeah, where you got artery like in your neck, or the brachial artery, right in
Femoral
here.
artery.
Yeah, and we have a video that goes through all of the points.
Right.
Where you
Lymph
should not use
nodes.
it. Yeah, lymph nodes. There's right in your femoral crease. There's lymph nodes.
Under your arm,
Yeah,
there's
in
lymph
the
nodes. Up
armpit.
here, there's some lymph nodes.
Right.
So, but if you go over bones, it's just not comfortable. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
it
try
hurts.
to go over a kneecap,
Yeah.
I mean, you try to go over an elbow. We do have,
No, we don't.
no, we don't, do we?
You'll see some will come with a airhead, and then you can kind of get closer to the
Kind
bone.
of, yeah.
Yeah, but there's no reason to massage a bone.
Right,
It
exactly.
hurts. It doesn't help any. So forget that.
All right, number 2, if you have neck pain,
Ah.
Brad and I both made this mistake with patients. We had them, kind of rumble on the neck, and it just vibrates on the neck, and it does not feel good.
And you could potentially injure someone, particularly in the upper neck.
Right.
Down low, maybe, but
Maybe.
yeah, we always say big caution. If you're buying a massage gun for your neck, you probably shouldn't.
Right. Headaches also.
Right.
You're not going to bounce along the head.
Yeah, if you got temporal, I'm doing a video on this actually this week, and
Sure.
we're not going to use a massage gun for anything from here up.
Right. Number 3, if you're an easy bleeder, like you bleed easy, or if you had surgery, if you have open sores, if you had a fracture, those are all certain cases where you just don't want to put a massage gun on.
Right, because they're pretty aggressive. If you're easier bleeder, in other words, you
Right.
bruise easily, you could massage your thigh, and the next day have a bruise that looks like you
Right.
just
Looks like you the heck beat out of you.
yeah, or you played football without your pads. So
Right.
that's why that happens.
Well, what's the 4th reason, Brad?
Well, this is important. If you happen to be married, or you know someone close to you that happens to be a massage therapist, they're going to, and rightfully so, you're not going to get a,
Well, maybe they'll be the first one to say buy one.
well, maybe, but I'm
Who
thinking
knows?
we do have comments from a therapist that say it's not as good as a professional hand
That's
massage,
right.
and I'd have to agree.
I agree too.
But they're a lot cheaper.
Now,
This
if
is.
you want to get the E19, Brad, do you want to talk about this massage gun a little
Yeah.
bit?
The EM19, I'm not sure what the
EM19.
EM stands
Yeah,
for, but one way or another, if you want what are we going to talk? Oh, the stats on it?
Right.
Right. Again, the amplitude, the distance it travels back and forth, it's 10 millimeters, which is a very good amount.
Right.
They do make them bigger, but for the average person, this is going to get deep into those hamstrings.
Yes.
It's going to get into these larger muscle masses. It's got a great stall rate. In other words, how much pressure you can put on it. Now, the cheaper ones, if you buy one of these for like $30, $40, you can stall them out quite
Right.
easily.
Right.
And then you're not going to get
Brad's
deep into the
pushing
muscle.
as hard as he can.
Yeah. And I am strong like bull. No,
So he
seriously,
thinks.
it tells you how much battery life you have left, the battery charge time.
How many speeds does this one have?
This one has 20.
20 speeds.
We're on 18 right now.
Wow.
You really don't need 20, but it's kind of nice.
Sure. You can tell all your friends.
Yep. And it's got 5 heads, 1, 2,
Right.
3, 4, actually 6, because it comes with 2 large
Round
round
ones.
ones, which I do use the round ones probably almost
Oh,
more than
sure.
any of them personally, and that's an individual thing. It's a very nice case.
So what we want you to do is
Yes?
go to the link below and see if your store is in the 500 stores,
Yep.
Walmart stores that are carrying the machine. And if it is, you don't have to buy one, but go in and take a picture of one and send it to us.
Actually, my hometown is
Yeah,
scheduled
it's
to
a-
have
it's
these
a
in the
hair.
Walmart there, so I don't know. People are probably going and
You think they'll
take
ever
darts
prayed-
and throw at
You
it.
think they'll ever prayed for you?
Yeah, right.
All right.
I think the
Thanks
darts
for
is more
watching,
like-
folks.
yeah. Be careful.